Flacco again protected well. To the end zone he goes, and it's caught for the touchdown by Torrey Smith.
Picked off Polamalu. Mike Wallace, stiff arm. Wallace has got speed. Mike Wallace down the sideline, a complete foot race. Wallace going all the way. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Brown, he caught it, fights to the goal line, breaks the plane. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That might win them the division.
Oh, it's about to go down. You know what time it is. Sunday night football in Heinz Field. We got Ravens, we got Steelers. It's gonna be a good one. Y'all already know who I'm repping, but let's try to be fair about this. Let's get a quick analysis of both teams. Before we start that, I just want to talk about, for us, some positives. A bunch of people are listed questionable for injury, like CJ Mosley, T-Sizzle, Hayden Hurts. A bunch of those guys are listed as questionable. But let's be real, it's Steelers week. Ain't no doctor stopping those dudes from coming out there on Steelers week. If this was last week of the Broncos or week 5 with the Browns, maybe you let them stay out. But you don't let these, they're not staying out on Steelers week. On a Steelers game in Heinz Field, nah, ain't no doctor stopping them from not playing. So we already know those guys are going to be playing. Maybe Hayden Hurts will have to see because, he is coming off of surgery. But I believe that, I believe he's going to be out there. We'll have to see how it goes. So anyway, let's get on to these two teams and see who has the advantages, maybe a couple disadvantages, and see who I'm picking to win this game. Let's go. I gotta be truthful here. The advantage for offense obviously goes to the Steelers. They just got too many weapons over there. They got Antonio Brown. They got Juju Smith-Schuster. They got a lot of guys. They got a hell of a lot of weapons. And Ben Roethlisberger, for some reason, he's up and down. But, this dude can still play at an elite level when he wants to be consistent. So, he's still a Hall of Fame quarterback. And when it comes to the Ravens, he is going to show up. Last time we played him in Heinz Field, he wrecked our defense for 500 yards. Granted, that was mostly Brandon Carl and Antonio Brown go, but we're not going to get on that. But yeah, they got a lot of weapons there. And James Conner, granted, he's not exactly Le'Veon Bell, but that dude, he's getting just some good yards. He's being really productive on offense. They can manage without Le'Veon Bell. So the advantage obviously goes for them. As for our offense is really underrated as of right now. No one's giving attention to this team. Obviously, we're not flashy or anything, but if you look at it, Ravens are 100% from the red zone. They are 12 for 12 in the red zone with 12 touchdowns. Every time they've gotten into the red zone, they have scored a touchdown. That says a lot. That is a completely different offense from what we've had last season. Last season, we would get to the red zone and we would end up kicking a field goal. Even if we most of the time, we wouldn't even get to the red zone. But if we do get there, it ends in a field goal. But this season, we've started off strong. Every time we've gotten into the red zone, we have scored a touchdown. And that's showing a huge difference between this year's offense and last year's offense. So it's not like we don't have any strong guys. We still got Crabtree. Crabtree can still play at a high level. He maybe not be like the top receiver anymore, but he can still play at a high level. Willie Snead right there is a great slot receiver. He can get you third down conversions. He can get you those right there. He can make some good plays down the field. And of course, the speedster John Brown. That man has looked really good for this team right here. His connection with Flacco has been really great, and I'm impressed with it. I hope they can continue to keep this up because they have great chemistry right now. We're going to need him to have that same speed tomorrow night because, my God, the Steelers defense, we're going to get on them, but John Brown should have a hell of a night tomorrow night because those cornerbacks, Yeah, so the advantage goes to the Steelers. But, the Ravens still have a good offense, still got some good receivers. Flacco, he always plays well in Heinz Field. For some reason he can't play well in Cincinnati, but in Pittsburgh he plays well. And of course, we have Alex Collins, and we are going to get this run game. Him and Buck Allen are about to do what they did last season. They're going to get this run game going, and that's going to open up the offense for us. We're going to have a great game tomorrow. I just feel it. Hopefully I'm not wrong, and I don't have to show up here 24 hours later just pissed off and depressed, because I don't want to do that. Defense. There's questions about defense. Let's talk about the Steelers defense. Those dudes suck. Let's be honest. Easy answer. The Ravens defense has the advantage Assuming, Terrell Suggs, CJ Mosley, all these guys come back, which, again, as I pointed out, Steelers week, they're going to play. They're going to be a hell of a defense. Granted, that's the real matchup right there, because last time this defense met that offense, it was not pretty. But, they have some making up to do. They're going to be great. We have Tavon Young back. We got a couple of the guys we have back from last year. Again, we don't have Jimmy Smith, which, again, for some reason, anytime we go on the Heinz Field the last couple of years, we just don't have Jimmy Smith. And when we've needed him most, we just don't have him. So, we'll have to deal with that. But we still have great corners. I still believe we'll be able to do a hell of a good job. But, we have to worry about Antonio and Juju, because Juju Smith-Schuster, he is a star. He has arrived. He is a star, okay? He's not on Antonio's level, but that dude is one of the top receivers in the game right now. And he's just emerged within a year, which was expected. I'm still kind of pissed off we didn't get him, but we got Marlon Humphrey, so I think that makes up. Put Juju and Humphrey together and let's see how that goes. I bet on my man Humphrey to stop that dude. Maybe not shut him down, but stop him. But yeah, this is a no-brainer. The Steelers' defense is garbage. They know this. The Steelers' defense is bad. I don't care if they got 3 turnovers from Fitzpatrick. 2 of those were just horrible throws that Fitzpatrick, any quarterback makes that throw, that's just bad. I mean, one of them was a pick 6 for, it was just missed the dude wild. It was just, I'm just not going to get into it. Steelers' defense is not great. Even with those 3 turnovers, the Bucs still managed to come back and they almost won the game. And probably should have won the game. But we're not going to get into that. Clear difference. The Steelers' defense is not even remotely close to the Ravens' defense. The Ravens' defense has the advantage on this one. However, will that matter tomorrow night? Because to stop the Steelers' offense it's kind of tough. I mean, it's kind of tough. Unless you have Ben throwing 5 interceptions, it's going to be tough. So we'll see how it goes. Advantage, Ravens. This is a no-brainer. We have Tucker. We have Sam Cook, we got Morgan Cox, we got the squad right there. Just, it's not even a question. I don't care what the Steelers have, okay? Boswell's been inconsistent all year. He's been missing extra points. I'm not gonna count him. We got Tucker. We're fine. It's perfect. This is not even a debate. Special teams, advantage Ravens. If this has to come down to a field goal, I know Tucker will make that kick. He has a better chance of making his kick than Boswell will. Boswell did make a clutch kick. Boswell did make a clutch kick last season to win that game for the Steelers. However, I don't see him doing that this season because I don't think we'll be in a position for that. I think we'll have the ball with time left. We'll get into field goal range, and Chuck will be the one to kick that field goal. I don't know how this game's going to go. We'll have to see. I got to wait for my prediction for that. But yeah, special team advantage, Ravens, obviously. Boy, this is actually a tough one. I don't know who exactly to give the advantage for when it comes to coaching. I mean, John Harbaugh, he's been doing a great job. Mike Tomlin, he's trying to control the whole situation with Le'Veon and his whole locker room and stuff right there. So it's like, to try and manage that and still win a game against the Bucs, that's a hell of a good thing. We already know Mike Tomlin's a great coach, man. He's a hell of a coach. There are a lot of teams that will die for a guy like Mike Tomlin. So, when it comes to the head coaching, it's kind of about even for me, at least right now, especially this season and stuff like that. And you look at the offensive coordinators, with Armani and stuff like that, it's about even because both these offenses are putting up a lot of points. Surprisingly, it's about even because you don't expect the Ravens offense to be putting up a lot of points. But they're putting up about 32 points a game. That's really impressive. That is really impressive. Considering that last season we're putting up, 19 points a game at this point. Really impressive by this offense to be able to be that effective. So, about that. But when it comes to defense, obviously, Mark Wingett there, the edge is just there. So if you look at the coaching, I don't know if it's a coaching problem for the Steelers defensive coordinator or if it's just the players are just bad. These guys can't cover anyone. Their secondary's bad. It's just bad. They're getting blown up by lots of receivers. It's just, I don't know, man. The only one I can really look at behind there for the cornerbacks is like Joe Hayden. But Joe Hayden's not an elite corner. He's a great corner, but he's not an elite cornerback. So it's like, the secondary for the Steelers, So, I guess with that being said, you might want to give the edge to the Ravens, specifically because we have to see more from this defense. Their coordinator, I don't know if I can put it on him for the defensive troubles, but if your defense is giving up all these points, and, they're letting the teams come back with the Browns coming back against them, and then they just get smoked by the Chiefs, which, again, may not be their fault, but still, they get smoked by the Chiefs. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I'm going to give the advantage to the Ravens. Not me being biased. It's just that defense for the Steelers, man. That has to be I got to put it on the coach if your defense is doing this week after week. The first 3 weeks, the guys just haven't been great. Even with the 3 interceptions against the Bucks, you still let them come back to the point where they almost won the game. And if it wasn't for Big Ben making a move that he would have, that he used to do on a daily basis like 5 years ago, just escaping the pocket and extending the play, if he didn't make a move like that, that's the end of just end up probably punting, giving the Bucks the ball back, and who knows what happens there. So it's like, man, I gotta give the advantage for coaching to the Ravens, only specifically because of Steelers defense. They gotta get their shit together, man. They gotta get it together. All right, here's my prediction. I got the Ravens winning this game. Oh, shocker. Wow, of course. Now, hear me out. The reason I have the Ravens winning this game is the Steelers' defense is just not good right now. I mean, they've been giving up a lot of points, and our offense has been rolling. Barring the Cincinnati game, we have been really great on offense, and our defense has been shutting people down in the second half. Understand, note in the first 3 weeks of these games, none of the 3 teams have scored a touchdown in the second half of all 3 of those games. We have shut them out in the second half. And that's pretty impressive for our defense side. We may have not started off the game well, but we definitely finished the game off better than we started. Just a lot more better. Defense is playing well. The offense, as I brought up in the red zone, 12 for 12. And I just don't know how these guys are going to be able to stop all these weapons around Flacco, man. How are they going to stop John Brown if he's taken? How are they going to stop Willie Snead? How are they going to stop Michael Crabtree? What are they going to do in the run game when Alex Collins and Buck Allen just come up there, man? The two are just tag teaming right there. You switch up between them. How are they going to stop that right there? It's going to be tough for them. I mean, they're going to have a tough time stopping these dudes. Just like our defense is going to have a tough time stopping over those weapons, I believe they're going to have a tough time stopping us. However, I have more faith in my defense being able to make more stops against the Steelers than their defense has to make stops against us. Unless, Flacco does what he did last year and throw an interception on the first drive. We'll see. Because that really did cost us, well, partially. But yeah, it's all going to depend right there. As long as, we don't do anything stupid. And, hey guys, don't put Brandon Carr and Antonio Brown. Just don't do it. I know he's your veteran receiver. Just don't do it. You have Marlon Humphrey. Just put Humphrey on Antonio Brown. Please put this man on Antonio Brown. Do not put Brandon Carr on Antonio Brown. We saw what happened last season. Let's not have a repeat of that. Just put Marlon Humphrey there. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, that's my main reason right there. I don't see how their defense is going to stop our offense. I feel like we're going to have more production against their defense than the Steelers will have against our defense. And that's one of the main reasons I'm picking them. Now, the other reason is because Le'Veon Bell just is not playing. He's not playing. And you would think, okay, well, they got James Conner. He's doing a hell of a job. No. Go back. Le'Veon Bell has a lot of success against us. If you look back to last season, in the 2 games we played, he scored 5 touchdowns on us. The first game in Baltimore, 26-9, he had a $144 and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's insane. And then the game we had in Heinz Field, the dude rushed again for 2 touchdowns and then caught a pass for a touchdown. So he's put up 5 touchdowns in the 2 games we've had against us, man. It's just... Le'Veon Bell, when you have so many weapons, you have Antonio Brown, and you add Juju, and you have Ben Roethlisberger being the lead and just slinging the ball down the field, and then you have Le'Veon Bell in the backfield, it is so tough to stop these guys. But with Bell out of the equation, it makes it a lot easier, which is why I believe our team has even better chance to stop their offense more than their defense will be able to stop the Ravens' offense. Because Le'Veon Bell is a huge weapon, and if he's here, he's had a lot of success against the Ravens. And if he was playing tomorrow night, I'd still pick my team, but man, I would legit be like, it's going to be a flat-out shootout. That means no one's making any stops. And it would have to come down by like 2 points. It would be a 2-point game. And it would be like a shootout, like maybe a 45-43 type of game. That's what I would see. Because I don't know how their defense is going to stop us. And with Le'Veon Bell there, I have no clue how our defense would be able to stop that high-powered offense. But Le'Veon's not there, so that makes it a lot more easier. James Conner is still going to be effective. But not as effective and as productive as that guy right there. As number 26. No. So him not being here is a blessing. However, as a competitor, I wish Bell was playing because when you face off against an opponent, you want them at their best. However, he's not, technically right now, he's not part of the team, so we can't worry about him. We have to focus on James Conner, and we got to focus on stopping the run. So we're going to leave that as a beast. But scratching the whole Le'Veon Bell situation, that was a personal thing. The reason I see us really winning is because I have no idea how their defense is going to stop us. I believe we're going to have much more success on offense than the Steelers are going to have against our team. I believe our defense is going to make quite the amount of stops. I believe Pittsburgh's defense will make some stops, but not nearly as much as our defense is going to be. I see us winning this game 33-27. I see us winning this game 33-27 in Heinz Fields. Ravens will go to 3-1. Pittsburgh will fall to 1-2-1, and it will just be a blessing in the AFC North. So that's all I got. Hopefully we win tomorrow night, because I don't want to have to come back on camera all depressed and sad and being like, why didn't we stop Antonio Brown? How could we let Big Ben throw this many yards? Why didn't we just stop them? I don't want to have to do that again, because last year was just depressing, man. That was a rough game. But anyway, hope for the best. Thanks for watching. I have another video coming out tonight for my whole week 4 predictions, because you do well last week and you get one out, and then this week you're gonna put them out the same day games are coming out. So I'm obviously a genius with this, but that's all I have, and let's go get this W in Pittsburgh. Whoop!